We have some big XRP news today. They have signed with one of the biggest banks in Brazil. We also have a few NFT golden nuggets we want to go over with producer Emmy. These are all the articles today on OG crypto and NFTs. Hello everyone, my name is Troy, and every day we go over the latest news in NFTs and digital assets. Before we start and get in all these articles, please hit the subscribe button. We want to grow our subscribers. We're just new, as well as hit that like button. And if you have any questions, if you're in the XRP army, definitely comment below. We were dying to hear from you. Let's jump into it. Yesterday, I saw this big picture on Twitter with Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, hanging out with his boys in Brazil. They had just signed a contract. Brazilians, Travelex Bank becomes the first bank in Latin America to use Ripple's ODL, on-demand liquidity. Of course, on-demand liquidity means that they're purchasing for that moment XRP, which then travels over Ripple's network and lasts 3 seconds between cross-border payments. It's the fastest system out there, and it's by far the cheapest system out there. We're seeing the adoption everywhere. This is huge news. This should be news that's at the top of every single person in social media, as in the regular media. This should be on their top news. Next article is blockchain venture capital funding down 43% in July, the report says. I've said this over and over and over. We, as the United States, hit a huge slump at the end of June through July. Why? We kept seeing that inflation kept going up and up and up, and everyone got scared. People stopped buying houses. They stopped going to the gas station because they knew that the prices were so high. They just kind of stayed home, or they went on vacation somewhere just to get away from all the pressure of the Fed and their inflationary, they're fighting inflation. Well, we're seeing this also in blockchain. We saw that it took a huge dive of 43%. That is huge. I mean, it's been going up and up and up every year. It's going up significantly every single year. But to see it take that momentary pause is something that I didn't think would happen. Next article here, Coinbase would rather shut down staking than enable on-chain censorship, Brian Armstrong. Guys, the SEC is trying to poke the bear here. They keep going after different parts of Coinbase. They don't know how to attack it. So lately they've come out and said, well, we're going to go after your staking platform. Well, it's like Brian Armstrong saying, well, you know what, screw it. We'll turn that off. But what I do want from Brian, since the SEC had come out a month ago and they're suing those Coinbase employees that had insider information, they're suing them, and they're saying that they traded 7 coins that were securities. Brian Armstrong hasn't taken that off yet. They haven't taken any of those off. But what they did many years ago was yank XRP off their platform. Why? Because XRP was going after, the SEC was going after Ripple and XRP. Brian, if you're going to be rebellious, you're either going to give in to the SEC, hand them over $100 million check, or you're going to fight them every single way. Well, the biggest way to fight them is throw XRP up and then fight them in reality. You have billions and billions of billions of dollars as per your second quarter returns that we saw. We know you have the money. Now it's time to fight them. Look how foolish they look with Ripple. It's time for you to grow a pair and go after them as well and get them to get them out of existence, because that's how bad they've been doing. Next article, Ja Rule. This is NF Talks new NFT platform. Let's bring in producer Emmy. She has a few choice words for Mr. Rule.
Okay, yes. Let me just set this mic real quick. We've been having some issues picking up sound.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so Ja Rule is jumping into NFT space. This article is saying it's poised to revolutionize how we art.
Yes.
I would like to bring up the Fyre Fest debacle.
Okay, so I'm the old guy in the room. I don't know what Fyre Festival is, so enlighten me.
So Fyre Fest was supposed to be a very exclusive festival in the Bahamas that Ja Rule was one of the investors behind. He not only used money, but his pull with a lot of other celebrities, and they created a hype video promotion with a lot of different celebrities in the video, giving this super exclusive Bahamas music festival.
Well, why? It's a music festival.
Music festival.
Was he going to be the ones on stage?
He was going to be performing. They brought in, I believe, Ashanti, so it was very like 90s throwback vibes.
Okay.
Right? So I want to show everyone some pictures of Fyre Festival because it was so terrible that they made a Netflix special about it. Right? So the Wikipedia definition of the Fyre Festival is a fraudulent luxury music festival founded by con artist Billy McFarland and rapper Ja Rule. It was created with the intent to promote a music talent booking app for their company, Fyre Media. Okay? And then these are some of the pictures of what people experienced.
Was there electricity?
No.
There's no electricity.
They had like nothing. So they knew it was all going to go to shit. And instead of extending the date or canceling it or any of that, they just let all these people come in like emergency shelters and eat of untoasted bread with cheese. And that was an extra. The catering was an extra.
What was the cost?
It was a couple grand. I forget exactly what the pricing was.
Not counting getting there and getting back, which costs airfare.
Not counting travel, right? So I think Ja Rule is doing another money. I think what he's trying to pronounce with this is black is beautiful. Okay, love the idea. But I think the execution will go a lot like Fyre.
Okay. Meaning it's all hype at the beginning and then it flops when it gets released.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of like how we did that Saturday opinion on celebrities and NFTs.
Right.
I think he's going to go very much
that route.
Way.
That route. So if we recall right, I think the worst celebrity was Matt Damon on crypto.com, and they took a 50% dump. That was one of 11 celebrities, culminating with Mark Cuban at a 99% dump rug on his coin that he shilled on Twitter. That and unfortunately a lot of NFT, a lot of guys are out there with NFTs and celebrities. It's great. They put the hype into it. They release the collection. It mints. The hype's all around it. Everyone FOMOs into it. But if they don't keep that community up, what happens? It just goes away. Splat. One celebrity that I kind of like here, and I know he's been in the spotlight, is Johnny Depp. So Johnny Depp came out with his collection, and my girlfriend said, "Hey, I want to get into it," right? And she got into it, and there were like 4 or 5 different pieces, meaning there was a picture of him, and then a picture of his daughter, then a picture of this other person, these 4 people. Well, she got the picture of Johnny Depp, right?
Oh, that's cool.
And so, but that was, I believe it launched at half an ETH or 0.6, over 0.6, right? And this was his own personal art. So he actually was making the art.
Yeah, I was just going to say he was a painter, right? So it was stuff that he was painting.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And so then he went to trial, the whole, what is it, Amber Heard trial, the ex-girl. I want to find out how many guys did she sleep with trial, right? Which ended up, that's how it was. And then when he came back, he kind of became part of the community again. Huh. And I think that's kind of kept it going. Now, recently, in the last, let's say 45 days, I don't really know. But I think that's what celebrities need to do. It's not about putting the hype together, putting some kind of video together and talking about it, getting it, pumping it. It goes, you make money on it, and then you just go about your business, right? Yeah. And we keep seeing that over and over in this industry. I know that in that top 8 or 9 celebrity flops, of those at least half that put out their NFT collections and then just basically dropped the mic and walked away and said, "Thank you very much for the $1.5 million that you gave me, and I'm just going to keep walking," right? And I'm hoping that celebrities understand that the community is more important. One community that I really like, one celebrity I really like, has been Gary Vee.
Oh, Gary Vee's an incredible individual.
So when he released his first collection, it was also a ticket to get into, was it V-Fest?
Oh, yeah.
So if you had one of his NFTs, you were able to buy a ticket to get in. That makes a huge difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, Gary Vee's, not only is an influencer, but he's one of those guys that just try to pump you up as a human being,
mm-hmm.
And
he's very positive, yeah.
He's very positive. He wants to see that everyone can succeed in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really like that he continued with that theme. In the future, these NFTs are all going to be connected to him, and he's in their Discord, as well as he's going to, get into his V-Fest or whatever, VCon, then you have to buy his NFT. So I really like that, but that community is still there. It's still strong, right? He's already come out with a secondary NFT. So I know we're getting off the top here of Ja Rule, but I mean, this is how you got to keep it. You just cannot put this out, really tug at the heartstrings of people and then just drop the mic and go, hey, I'm on a concert, tour, and I don't care about you people anymore.
Yeah.
If you buy a here's just a suggestion. If you buy a Ja Rule NFT, you know what? And if he limits to maybe 2,000 or 3,000 of them, think about it. Maybe before the concert, you can have a meeting room, right? And every NFT has a number on it, so it's basically a ticket, one ticket per year, or one ticket per concert tour that you can go in a back room, an hour before, and you have access to Ja Rule for 15.
I think that's really cool. Yeah, I think like you said, and how you're bringing up specifically celebrity and that have some sort of that comes.
Right.
It's gonna go way longer. I think you're totally correct, because I was reading somewhere the other day about both Chris Brown and Kevin Hart both did NFT collections, right? And they both did 10,000 pieces. And it was showing the conversion rate between their Instagram followers and the amount of people that actually purchased their NFT. It was not a good conversion.
No.
So I think, like you're saying, if it has some sort of with it, that conversion rate, because they're getting something
significantly different. How are you connecting with your community? How are you connecting with your fans? You have no connection, right?
Yeah.
Zero. If you utilize the NFT, and first of all, you did 10,000, and if you 10,000, you walk away, it's full money grab. Do 3,000, 4,000. Johnny Depp I think he did 10,000. I think he did 10,000. He did it at half an ETH. Well, half an ETH today is about $1,100. Excuse me, it's $1,400, $1,500.
That's nice.
And then these guys make money on the secondary market. Meaning every time one sells, they make 2 or 3%, and then that adds up. Go ahead and have something backstage, or 3,000 people. If you invited 3,000 people to an exclusive concert for one night, if you own my NFT, you get in the front door.
That's so cool. I think fans would absolutely love something like that, and they would really sensationalize the moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
It would just pop.
It would pop.
Definitely.
I mean, for me, that's.
Or even like how you guys got to go meet Cheech Chong because one of their NFT.
Exactly, and I never thought I would ever meet Cheech Chong. I mean, it's just it's a pipe dream. It wasn't on my top 10 things of people to meet, but when it happened, it was so exciting. To meet Cheech and Chong, and they're like the coolest two guys. And I can't wait till NFT LA next year to meet them again. And you gotta have one of their NFTs, and their NFTs are like $50-$60. And think about it. There's 100 people there. I don't even think they sold it. They only had enough people even show up.
Wow,
right?
That's crazy.
It is crazy. But the people that showed up had so much fun. I was gonna do the meetup in New York, but and I was in New York at the time. Unfortunately, Cheech and Chong weren't gonna be there, and so it was just a meetup of fans talking to fans in a restaurant versus here, and that was in NFT NYC. Out here, we're in a warehouse, right?
Okay.
So shit can go crazy in a warehouse, but at a restaurant, you got to keep it. Civil-ish, right? Get tear it up, right? So that's what made it fun. So yeah, that was a utility. Just for me buying that one Cheech and Chong NFT, I'm gonna keep forever, right? Just because I met him, it's part of all the pictures that I have. I want to kind of put a collage together or something.
You should.
I did. I immediately posted in their Discord that everyone went nuts, and I posted on Twitter, and I was like, holy shit. He goes, that's actually, I think, part of the reason why the New York City one had more people at it, but Cheech and Chong was there. I know Cheech was in Riverside, and he has got a museum of Chicano art that he had just opened up.
How cool.
Yeah. So, but he couldn't make NFT in NYC. And those guys are, let's be honest, those guys are getting up there in age, right?
But I think it's really interesting how they've stayed relevant by being so in these spaces, this forward-thinking NFT space,
Right.
Because it's funny, my mom, mother, she's lovely. She asked me about me working on the show and what is an NFT, right? So I kind of explained, because you guys were holders, you got to meet Chong, and that's very much your guys' generation, you know what I mean? And she just thought, oh my god, that's so cool. So I was able to kind of explain how NFTs work and they're by your guys' story and experience.
There you go. I mean, before the buildup, actually, before the drop of the mint of the Cheech and Chong, called the Homies.
Oh, of course.
There was quite a lot of, what was the name of that app? It was one of the apps out there where you see Cheech on it and Chong on it, and they would talk about their life, and you kind of caught up for 10 years of their life. That Tommy Chong had cancer. He thought he was going to die. We had no clue, right?
Yeah.
And that he beat it in marijuana or CBD. It helped him out, helped him through it, and really he now feels that it really can heal the body as well. So those were things that I just had no clue about.
He was in jail for a while too because of his bong selling website.
Okay.
That was another thing that happened around that time frame.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
And then when you catch up all these years, now you see him, it's just so cool to actually, talk to these guys, and now you're like part of them now. Like I met them. It meant so much. So. And
you got to help continue their success.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. As a fan, that's something you definitely with your music idol, that's something you want to do.
So and just to give the flip side of it, and I'm not in their community, but Ozzy Osbourne came out with his too.
Oh, how interesting.
They're Bats or something like BATZ or something like that.
That's
now,
cool.
I don't know if he met the people, but I know Sylvester Stallone came out and he was going to meet his people. But that Discord all shut down. So I think that just went bad.
Yeah, something happened.
Something happened. They had pictures of Stallone working on the NFTs, and then all of a sudden I haven't heard anything back from him again.
Yeah, it's really interesting watching celebrities in this space. Some of them do really well, some of them absolutely plummet. But I think it's just interesting how it's going to, what's going to be.
Exactly. So. What's the next one up on board? Are we done?
That is it.
That is it, guys. Thank you very much for joining OG Crypto and NFTs. Again, if you have any comments, you can comment down below. Otherwise, guys, check us out on our other social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram. We do post on there, as well as Twitter. We're all OG Crypto and NFTs on all three of those platforms. Guys, have a fantastic day, and we will see you tomorrow.